Hey guys, so I just wanted to do this quick video with you to talk about Plateaus and the 85-15 rule. I just got this whiteboard. I have a intermittent fasting presentation next week, and I'm not really going to be writing on the board, but I'm going to be putting pictures up. And I just wanted to test this out to see how I would interact with this board and talk as well. So you guys are my guinea pigs. You're my audience. Thank you so much. So let's get to it. Okay. In this week's post, I started off talking about plateauing. So I know some of you guys are having amazing success, while some of us aren't. And if you remember my first video, I was talking about not everyone is going to have the same amount of success. Weight loss is never linear. One week you're going to do amazing, another week you won't, and vice versa. Um, and that's just the nature of the beast. Our body doesn't really care about our six-pack or weight loss goals. It tries to maintain that level of equilibrium or homeostasis, as they call it. So anytime you try to introduce change, it can react in an not I don't want to say negative way, but in a way that it doesn't want to change. It just wants to keep the status quo. So when you start introducing change, everyone's body reacts differently. So this is certain things can cause plateaus. So quickly, water. If you guys are not drinking enough water, your body might actually want to retain it. So any sip you take, it's going to actually try to hold it in. So make sure you guys are drinking enough water. I'd say aim for 2 to 4 liters a day. I try to aim for 4 liters a day, which is about a gallon. And it tells your body, okay, he's hydrated enough, she's hydrated enough. Don't worry, release it. So that could be one thing that's holding your weight as well. If you take a lot of sodium in, which I do, as you see, my foods are a lot of are packaged. They're high in sodium, so with the water it flushes it out. So just make sure you get that in. Same with protein. I know some of you guys are having trouble with your bowels, so make sure you increase that water because that can hold on some weight if you're having some bowel troubles, right? Next one is rest. And make sure you guys are resting properly. Again, losing weight causes the body to be in a state of stress, and it increases certain hormones called survival hormones, one called cortisol in particular. And if that's always elevated, it can cause your body to react in a way not to lose weight as well or slow it down. So make sure you're getting that rest and recovery. The next one is incorrect portions. So I see a lot of, sometimes I look at the meals, and to me they're just not calculated properly. So just be wary of that. These things, the oils, spreads, I always see sometimes, people putting 0.2 teaspoon. Like, how do you guys measure that? Really, I would just honestly overestimate and put a teaspoon or a tablespoon. Some of you guys even miss it, and I catch it, right? I can't catch everything, but when I do catch it, that could be 100 calories missed. You do that 2 times a day with the oil, that's 200 calories times 7 days, 1,400 calories missed. So even though it's healthy, it still adds up, right? And then you wonder why did I plateau? Well, you miss certain things like that. And that's what we're going to talk about with the 15% rule. Too low calories. I know some of you guys are going a little low. It worries me. You may be losing the weight and you're seeing some results, but over time, again, the body can react in a very bad way. If it notices that too long, it's going to say, this person is, quote unquote dying, even though you're not dying. But the body doesn't know. It thinks it's in survival mode. It's going to say, oh, relax. It's going to start sending you guys signals to crave, binge certain things, so that it tells your brain to eat. So just be careful with that, guys. I try to move you guys down slow. We don't want to do anything too extreme. We want to keep it slowly so it's sustainable and the body doesn't freak out too much. And then we have our refeed again. So if you start feeling those things with being lethargic, moody, angry, hangry, then it's time for a refeed. Try to do it at least once a week if you're in a consistent caloric deficit. If you guys are going out and having social outings and bumping up your calories, then no need to do a refeed. But be honest with yourself. Make sure that you're not feeling moody, starving, hungry, anything like that. It's not normal, so it's time for a refeed. Okay, on to our 85-15 rule. What it is again, it's just a guideline. I want to do this to help isolate the way you eat more, characterize the way you eat more. The 85%, I'm talking about putting minimally processed whole foods that are low calories and nutrient dense. Stuff like the lean proteins, spinach, uh, anything, the quote-unquote clean foods that you would see. So definitely the lean proteins, a lot of the greens, vegetables, anything like that. Um, and then in our 15%, so what I used to typically do in the past is just put the quote-unquote junk food there, the bad foods, pizzas, cake, beer, sodas, wine, anything like candy, desserts, chocolate. But this season is the first time I'm actually gonna add healthy foods that are high in calories. Stuff that we just talked about, your nuts, chia seeds, or nuts or seeds, the different types of oils, coconut oil, olive oil, your spreads, peanut butter, butter, Nutella, margarine, anything like that. Bread, pastas, and rice, all healthy but can be high in calories. So I didn't like actually having the 15% exclusively to these so-called bad foods, because that's when you start labeling things. I just wanted again to show if you can concentrate more on these foods, the 85%, you're gonna feel more full. And as you guys go down lower in calories, it's gonna make it more sustainable when you concentrate more on these foods. So that's how you stay full on these as we go down. And then you should leave yourself, 15% to treat yourself so you have fun. And that's what flexible dieting is all about. Then again, the reason why I included these is because these can be notoriously high in calories. And if you miss them, uh, it can spike your numbers. So if you included them over here on this side, you won't catch them. So I just wanted to include them here. When you go through your logs, you're going to see how much you are allocating to this 15%. And you can easily see, you can pick and choose which ones you want to keep, right? So as you're going through the logs and you see, oh, I'm drinking a lot of soda, I'm drinking a lot of beer, but I'm also having my nuts and spreads. So if I have to cut certain calories out, which ones should I choose? Or which ones can actually just reduce, replace, and maybe eliminate, right? So you start making choices, right? But you won't know unless we actually categorize it, and that's the reason for this exercise. We don't have to do it forever. I just want to do it temporarily just so you guys can see and be more aware again of where your calories are going. If you're having success, then this is not needed. Again, but if you're plateauing and you don't know why, you think you're right on track, then start looking at these things here, right? All of these. The low-hanging fruit obviously are the high-calorie, bad junk foods, whatever. And then these are ones that are a little bit more sinister that you can't catch, right? Because you think they're healthy and you're just adding them. So just be aware. Again, it's all about choice. You guys have to understand you guys have your goals and you need to do certain things to get to your goals. I'm not saying you have to exclusively eat clean, boring, and all that, but there may be some compromises, right? So you just have to think about your goals, what's important to you, and base your decisions on that. Prioritize. For example, like me, I love my beer. I can make it fit currently, and there's no problem, even if it goes above my 15%, whatever. I just did my blood work, I got it, amazing results, so no problem. However, if my goals suddenly change, I want to be an elite bodybuilder for some reason. I'm at 10% body fat right now. If I want to be an elite bodybuilder, I got to get down to that 6% body fat. So what's going to happen? I got to take a look again here. I'm going to go here. I don't eat most of this stuff. My big vice is beer. So I have to decide, do I really want to get to that 6% body fat? Then I have to cut out certain things that are inhibiting me. Beer, empty calories. Do I want beer? Yeah, obviously I do. But how bad do I want to be an elite bodybuilder? So again, choices, priorities, which one is more important to me at this particular time? If it's to be a bodybuilder, elite bodybuilder, then bye-bye beer, right? So again, it's all up to you guys. Choices, compromises. Just look at your list, be honest with yourself, and make the decision based on your goals and preferences, okay? And take a look at this. If you have any questions on any of these particular items for plateauing, I'm going to also post this anytime meal. I think I sent it to some of you guys. It's just a generic meal template that you guys can follow that will actually adhere to this and make it very easy visually so you could see. I got my mom on it. She doesn't count calories or anything like that. But just using this template actually helped her lose a lot of weight very sustainably, still eating nutritious and minimally processed whole foods. And just by doing that, she cut out a lot of the 15%, and she's seeing good progress. Okay, guys, so have a good weekend. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, let's do it.